Yashwant Deshmukh, what's your best sense at this moment? If elections were to be held, what do you think could be the picture that emerges in these 90 seats that have been created after the completion of the delimitation exercise in Jammu and Kashmir? What's the next government of the Union Territory likely to look like?
Well, Rahul, first of all, happy Dussehra to everyone. And as a professional, Rahul, Kashmir is very, very special for me because I take really pride that I happen to be the first pollster to ever conduct an opinion poll in Kashmir. And that was way back in the mid-90s. And I remember that when we were doing the first ever election poll in Kashmir, the lead of that story was that 82% in the valley fear that the polls will be rigged. That is where we started the lack of trust in the entire process of democratization and the feeling of being anti-Delhi, anti-India in the valley at large. But today when I look at it, and today when I look at the numbers, I genuinely believe that it is the turnout and turnout alone which we have been witnessing already on the rise in the local body, in the local elections over there. That is going to decide the way 370 has impacted a lot. One thing which I really want to underline, Rahul, here is the debate on the delimitation, which some of the politicians from the valley have been presenting as if it's a gross injustice to the valley, which is absolutely not the fact. That's an utter lie. Reason being, Rahul, because of the 370, none of the delimitation exercises were done within the Kashmir state of Jammu and Kashmir, and the seats in the Kashmir valley were wrongly skewed in favor of the valley, while the population balance was always in Jammu. So it was the lack of delimitation which kind of skewed more seats for the valley and lesser seats for the Jammu, which was not the case after 370 when the delimitation was done. So it is now done correctly. You know, it has removed that gross injustice that region of Jammu has been facing for a really long time. Having said that, Rahul, the overall equation in Jammu and Kashmir still remains very keen because we will still, whenever it is said as a, it is declared as a full state, it will be state of Jammu and Kashmir. But largely speaking, these two regions actually behave like two different states, or for obvious historical reasons and the demographic profile as we know it. So when you look into Jammu, Rahul, you will still figure out that the prime contest would be between BJP and the Congress, where BJP might have a very strong upper hand at this point of time. But in the case of Valley, it is likely to be a multipolar contest, and particularly with the new entry of Ghulam Nabi Azad Sahab's party, it would be really interesting to see whether the Valley voters still get polarized between the two old parties of National Conference and PDP, or they look for new alternatives. And that is going to decide which way it is going, because BJP, even if it sweeps the entire Jammu region, Rahul, is unlikely to cross the majority mark on its own, even if they sweep the entire
question.
Jammu
This
region.
is where the role of the Democratic Azad Party becomes so crucial. Is Ghulam Nabi Azad the Trojan horse for the BJP? Will there be some kind of a post-election truck between Azad's new party and his friend, the Prime Minister? Some of that bonhomie we've seen play out in Parliament. Is that really what this election is likely to be about, sir?
Rahul, first of all, let me wish Happy Vijayadashmi to all the viewers.
And to you, sir.
And especially to you and all the panelists. You know, the question which you asked me, I'm sure one of the panelists before me, he said that the main contest in Jammu will be between BJP and Congress. I don't agree with that. Ultimately, it is going to be contest between BJP and the Democratic Azad Party. So Congress, after the arrival of Janab Ghulam Nabi Azad Sahab on the scene in the J&K, I am sure that Congress is nowhere. It is going to be a keen contest between Democratic Azad Party and the BJP. Secondly, one of the panelists was talking about the delimitation. He said that delimitation has been done rightly now after the abrogation of 370. I think it will be very unfair to connect everything with the abrogation of 370. And even our Honorable Home Minister, he is here for last 3 days in J&K, and what I could gather from his Rajouri speech and the Baramullah speech, whatever development has taken place in J&K, he has connected with the abrogation of 370, which is totally wrong.
No, so my
For
question
example,
was different. You are saying
sir,
it will be Azad versus BJP. My question was, will it be BJP plus Azad after the elections?
no, I'm going to come on that. You said, there will be any alliance, post-alliance after that? I think we will not have any alliance, and we have not thought of any alliance with any party in Jammu and Kashmir. The Democratic Azad Party is going to go alone, independently. The name, the name of the party itself, Azad, doesn't symbolize with Ghulam Nabi Azad. But Azad means having
Okay.
totally independent approach.